Hey peeps, it's Tripl-L, and today I'm here to bring you a video game related topic, this time talking about the newest game that Nintendo has released in the West, Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE. This is the Shin Megami Tensei or Persona crossed with Fire Emblem game. We've all heard about it, and as you can see in the video title, I'm a bit bothered about one aspect of this game, and I'm going to talk about it. But before I get to that, I really do want to say I am kind of happy that this is going to be the aspect that I decide to nitpick on and the aspect that I decide to complain about, because otherwise I'm really enjoying my time with the game. It's really a nice game. I really enjoy the mechanics. The visuals are super vibrant. So overall I'm happy with the game. It's just this one aspect of it is really bothering me, and man, I'm going to try my best to make sure that Nintendo doesn't claim this video due to copyright or whatever else, because I want to make sure at least that I get to talk about this. So here's the thing that's really bothering me, and it has to do with the localization. Now, I have no problem with Atlus deciding to not dub this game in English. That's no problem to me. Like, honestly, I could see them sitting in an office and them thinking to themselves, well, this game is pretty much alienating a large portion of the consumer base just by what the general subject matter in the game is, and that being like the pop idol kind of culture that they have in Japan. That's cool. Like, they knew going in that they were already targeting a certain demographic in the West. That's fine. So when they decided to just keep the Japanese dub and not make an English one, that was totally fine, because they were kind of already, they knew who they were going for. They were going for the anime crowd. They were going for people who probably are used to reading subtitles for their entertainment. Yeah, I'd say that they kind of hurt accessibility. Like, they really hurt their chances of getting new consumers with that move, and that's totally whatever. You know, they made a calculated move. They're really just putting this game out there, and I'm very thankful that the game came out in the first place. But if you're going to decide to just keep the Japanese dub, the thing that sucks is that they didn't translate absolutely all bits of dialogue. And what I'm referring to is, if the dialogue does not have a message box attached to it, like the message box that I'm showing on the screen right now, there's no way of you to know what's being said. Like, if you're in a stage and there's some voice clip or a track playing in the background, you're not going to understand what it's saying if it's just a background piece. In the first scene of the game, there's two lines, and you know, it's not that big of a deal, but they're not translated either. And then the worst offender in this aspect is the fact that when you go into a battle, the characters are going to be talking in between themselves, and the bosses are going to be talking as they're fighting as well, and there's no way of knowing what they're saying because those lines are not translated either. Yeah, overall it's a really small issue, but it's actually really jarring, at least to me. Especially if it's one of my subscribers that's watching. You kind of already know I really like little moments, and one of the things I really like in RPGs is when the characters are kind of talking in between themselves during a battle. I just think it adds that little bit of flair, and for enemies at least, it kind of adds a bit more character to them. I know that when the Tales of series has boss battles, I really enjoy listening to the boss battles dialogues while I'm playing, because it does characterize the boss characters or the enemy characters or even the player characters a little bit more. It gives a little bit hints more towards the characterization. So from that perspective, when I'm going into the battle in Tokyo Mirage Sessions FE, I'm just kind of annoyed because the moment that they're saying something, I don't understand what it is, and depending on the day, I'll either feel annoyed, frustrated, or just, you know, if I'm having a really good day, I won't really mind it. It really depends, and I just don't like having to feel frustrated or annoyed because I don't understand what the characters are saying. Up till there, I can understand what the characters are doing through all their dialogue scenes. I really love all the dialogue scenes. I love how interactive or how animated the characters are. But it just sucks that when I get into the battles and I see their faces and I can kind of guess at what they're saying, I just don't understand what they're saying, and that fundamental aspect of not understanding kind of breaks the immersion for me. And what's worse is that in this situation, I'll give it to Atlus, there's really no easy fix, because if you look at the battle screen, it is already so cluttered. The only way I could have seen them trying to put in a subtitle track is to have it off to the side, and at that point it's kind of Is it worth it? Because they're only saying small lines, and I did go online and I tried to find out what the lines they were saying were, and that's, you know, just regular support lines, you know, them saying they're gonna get it. But there are some lines that I think are, you know, worthwhile to at least hear once, and those are the lines like Crom asking Itsuki if he's okay and him replying back that he's okay. I think those are just neat little lines. They're nice little audio cues that just help the overall polish of the game. And because the subtitles are missing for those interactions, because the subtitles are missing for possibly other animated scenes besides the intro scene, and because subtitles are missing for any kind of audio cues that might be happening in the background during the stages, I have to say that the overall polish of the game is kind of gone down in my eyes. Like, the rating I would give it for polish is just less. It's because it's not a full translation. Now back to the whole issue with the battle system, because it's really in the battles where it becomes just jarring if you're someone that really enjoys those little moments. There was, from a programming perspective, I think it would have been just as easy to have the lines attached to the dialogue, so whenever the dialogue was queued to play, you would just play the line somewhere on the screen, or maybe like on the side that I was talking about earlier. And in terms of the money that would have to go in to make that adjustment, okay, the money that they saved from not voicing this game in English, I want to bet it's thousands of dollars that they saved from not voicing it in English. In terms of all the production that had to go into whatever voice dialogues, all the costs that it would have taken to hire actors or actresses, everything together would have, you know, I assume it'd be more than 1,000. It had to be in the thousands. The amount of money they could have saved in respect to the amount of money they would have wasted if they have just put in some kind of subtitle option for the battles, it's not a financial issue. It's just because of the way this was set up. I could also see there was just no elegant solution to having subtitles in the battles or having a way to understand what the characters are saying. And it's just, like I said, it's jarring. Overall, it's not a big issue. Honestly, I'll probably get used to it as I play the game longer. That's kind of how it works. I'll just get used to it. Maybe sometimes I'll be annoyed, especially if I run into a boss that has a lot of things to say. If he's talking a lot and I can't understand what he's saying, I'm gonna feel kind of pissed. Just because it's frustrating to not understand what characters are saying when you can understand everything outside of a battle or everything that's supposed to be in a message box. Overall, peeps, that's pretty much my frustrations with this. It would have been a nice touch to be able to understand what they're saying, but when you have those moments where they're just talking between themselves, it's really alienating, because it creates a wall between you and the characters, and you just don't understand what's going on. Or you understand what's going on, but you don't understand what they're saying, and it's that like little background annoyance. And I think a lot of people are probably gonna feel that annoyance too. And it's annoying. It's just frustrating. That's really how I just feel about this. But otherwise, I'm really happy that this is the issue I have with this game. Because otherwise, I love it. I love it so far. Like I said at the beginning, I really enjoyed this game. And I'm gonna keep playing it more. And I'm gonna make another video about it in a few days. So actually, yeah, let's just go to that. I'm pretty much done with this topic. Let me know what you think. Let me know if this is actually something that bothers you, and let me know if you actually enjoy hearing the dialogues that your characters have to say when they're in battle, or like any random little bits of dialogues. Tell me if you're like one of those people that likes that little extra bit of polish and attention. I'm gonna leave it here. I am thinking of making another video. You know what? I'm just gonna put a little slot here in this video to let you know whenever that next one comes up. If you'd like to watch it, you know, go ahead and click. It might be up right now. But if you've watched it like 3 days from the day I've uploaded it, chances are it's still not up. So just give it some time. It'll be there eventually. Or just check my channel every now and again, and it'll be up. It's actually just a video about what I like in this game, and if it's worth the buy. So far for me, it's very much worth it. I really love RPGs, and having this one it's a pretty happy purchase. But yeah, thanks for listening, peeps, and have a good day. Till next time.